Amiibi? She's entered her own Amiiverse. Are we using the Amiiverse to counter Ancient Ones?
I am the War Chief.
Hello, my friends, and welcome. We're in session once again for another Hololive reaction. And today, we're going to be checking out the completed Myth vs. Ina animation by Mazumaro. It is finally completed. In his own words, after 1.5 years, apparently, which is insane. People have been requesting this when it was still in progress quite a few times. And I told you guys that I'd react to it only when it was finished. Now, we finally have it. So let's dive in. This is really one of those fan projects that developed into its own thing. Like, it really gained a life of its own. Because when the first time we saw this teaser, we were like, wow, the animation quality on this is superb. It was professional level. And then, you know, as each successive clip came out, we would have like people who would edit in sound effects, put in music. So now with the final product, we do have a full soundtrack to it and full-on sound effects. So it really became a full-on project, and I can't wait to see how it goes. I'll just run through it the first time without pausing, and then I'll probably rewind and look at some highlights, some things that I wanted to take a closer look at. Okay, so here we go, finally. Everyone who came after me, if you've reached this place, she's recording. I've reached the end too. And you know it's a bad ending, so Ame knows it's a bad ending, and it's like her final message. This was the animation, this was the start. This broke the internet for quite a bit. The community lost it at this. Oh wow, the sound effects and the music really add so much to it. Until she's ready for the worst. Calculating route. Okay, so that's a lot of additional detail that we didn't have before. The animations, man. Hallie acting like a Guilty Gear character. She can heal, she can regenerate. Arm breaks off, but Kiara's there to to lessen the damage, so that Callie only lost an arm. The two immortals. Yup. I remember Coefficient was reacting to this too. That sequence of like turning into the, you know, the avatar of death was ridiculous. I hear a little bit of Hinotori in the music in the background. Ame's channeling something. I wonder what kind of route she's calculating. What that refers to. Immortals of this world shall be dealt with later. Freaking cheat code. She just banishes them because she can't fight them properly. Stop. Friend is not here. Yep, we still saw this part. This was still around on Twitter. I believe I even saw like a short of Mazu explaining how he created that effect with the shark teeth. Classic anime defense defending spot, right? And the shark fin just cutting through the street is such a cool effect. Reflect. I hear reflect in the music. That's amazing. We've got orchestral renditions with those war drums. With heavy drums, not necessarily war drums. You get what I mean. God. Oh. The details. Man, the silhouette in the clouds was so intimidating. Then you hit the emotional stuff. Really no going back. Isn't that right, Ina? Damn. And this is when Gora goes all Devil May Cry style. Activates like a devil trigger. Red Gora arrives. Oh, listen to that flare in the music. The sound effects. That heavy bass. Oh, those are some impactful sound effects. Proper fighting game sounds. Decapitation. And then the classic anime villain of respawning their limbs. Regenerating everything. Oh, damn. I think this is the last spot where it ended. This is around here is where the animation ended. And then from here on, it's gonna be all new, pretty much. So Mazu did a ton of work, because this is barely even half of it. Dang! Oh! Oh boy. All that blood. Yeah. Gora goes back from Super Saiyan to, to normal mode. Blue Gora. It's like a splattered... You think it's blood, but it's like... Nope. It's like the Majin Buu effect. The little bits come back together. And they respawn. Amiel's Gora. I think this is where it ended last time. Around here. So now it's all new. This is the part that's all new. Oh, what the hell? I thought it was actually Ina though, that they were what? So, ancient ones... Are the ancient ones and Ina are two separate entities here? Wait. It's... Ina's no longer a taco. Her hair. Oh, shh! They dead! Ame! Do something! Have you calculated your route? Whatever that means? Ah. Time stop. Zawardo! Sorry, couldn't resist. Tokyo Tomare. Oh. It's like a time wormhole. Small Ame? What? What the? Ame B? She's entered her own Ameverse. Are we using the Ameverse to counter Ancient Ones? To counter the Ancient Ones? Oh, that colored frame was really good. Hick. What the heck? It's like theater mode. She's now viewing what's happening through like, what, this nexus? It's like this time nexus of... It's a movie theater. Are? What's that? That looked like another... Oh my god. The film is on her hat. Oh god. She creates a time paradox. A time loop, rather. And she has to kill herself every time? Rewind? This is the message we had at the start. Investigator! Rewind. To everyone who came after me. This is multiple loops in there already. If you've reached this place, you've reached the end too. Do not try to rewind that thing. Only create another timeline different from ours. And it ends the same way. Another Kiara. Kali. Oh my god. Gura. And Ina. Oh, whoa. Oh boy. Can't save your friends anymore. It's an unwinnable timeline. This is the end. Owarida. Oh. This is the latest Ame. So this is just the latest cycle. And what are you to do? All of them have film strips on their hands. She knows she's the next step. Oh god. You are me after all. She's referring to the one in the... She's referring to the one who recorded the message before her. Yep. Is she going to attempt to rewind it anyway? Yes. In the hopes that something will change this time. Oh god. Look at the effects on this, man. Professional quality. Very cinematic. Iris. Wow, what an epic rendition of Ame's theme. Dun, 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 dun. But her rewinding it cost her life. Starts the loop anew. The world was wiped out by a single entity. Oh god. What's happening now? Oh, we're seeing how it plays out. We're now seeing how it plays out without the interference of the time paradox, of the time loop. Holy crap. That was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. Wow. Is one thing. There are a few things that I now want to rewind to. You guys probably have the same feeling. So up to this point, with the whole thing with Gura, we knew this. This one though, let's rewind this. When Ina interfered, because it didn't seem like a possession, right? Oh? Because there was a physical movement, and there was another Ina in the frame. Now, was that physically Ina, or was this just a representation of, you know, the inner struggle of Ina somewhat wrestling back a little bit of control from within. Because when Gura falls, you see Ina here. When Gura falls, there's only one solitary figure. And then she's grabbing her own arm. So that was essentially a representation of Ina wrestling back control from within. Yeah, she was taking back control. And then non-taco Ina, there's no crown, there's no orange in her hair. So Ao-chan decides to depossess Ina because she's taking back control, and then enters this singularity. Dang, non-taco Ina. Then the hand. There's that magic seal, there's that ancient one seal. Also looks like a transmutation circle of some sort, no? And then, boom. Before they can even hesitate, before they can even think, before she can even finish saying, I'm sorry, wiped out. Just like that. Which makes me think that in terms of, if you just really put it into perspective, the ancient ones, Ao-chan, could have done this to begin with. He didn't need Ina if it could have done this the whole time. Right? It depossessed Ina, went into the singularity as its own force, and then decided to wipe all out anyway. I guess in terms of like power levels, you have to wonder, right? When I was hoping for I was still hoping for a good ending here. I was hoping that Kiara and Callie rather would be able to, you know, to undo the banishment spell that Ina did here at the, you know, with the Immortals. But I guess if you're like thinking about it in terms of like lore, power levels, or whatnot, we have a concept of death, we have the concept of rebirth, life, and whatnot. But the ancient ones are practically a there's no limit to it because of the nature of eldritch horrors. Like the power limitations that are imposed on them are pretty much up to the author, so they can kind of get away with pretty much anything that they want. So here, okay, there's still one more thing that I want to revisit. It was a hopeless situation from the very beginning, because the ancient ones didn't even need Ina to do this. Calculating her. And then we got the Zawardo. Dang. The bit of Gora's hoodie. Yep. The temporal wormhole. Hat. Ame. Ame's comet. Oh, I thought when I saw this, I thought it was a deadbeat, or was it Callie or something? No, it was an Ame from a different timeline that had already died, wearing the detective hat. And then Watoto. Because that's their van. That's their van, and then offering a shroom. And then the Ameby. They're so cute, actually. And oh, and then that frame. Look at how high definition this is. what's incredible is how we have this movie theater as kind of like, you guys played Chrono Trigger? Like, there was one point there, one location there called the End of Time. And it was just a solitary street post. You know, a solitary street light on a street corner. There was just a fence encasing it, enclosing it. This kind of reminds me of that with Chrono Trigger. The End of Time is a movie theater, and you can view it. Look at it. Look at that insanity. Look at that number. The number of hours. The number of of how many attempts they've done. The cumulative time of all the attempts that the Ames have done. Yep, and then she finds the Ames here. Chilling sight, really. The expressions in her eyes really sell it too. When I first saw this, the way I saw this, I thought that the film tape had imprinted itself on her hand, because here you see where her thumb is, and where her thumb is, like that. Yeah, where her thumb is, or rather like this. And then the tape is right here. There's no tape draping over it, so I thought it was kind of burned into her hand, like imprinted like a tattoo or something. See? That one too. The one on the fingers. That one really made me think that it was burned onto her hands. In a way. Probably still is. Hold on. Let me take a quick look at that. Council. Mume, that's an owl. Sapling, fauna, crony, time, bay, and then sana. And then when we did that final rewind, there was Iris's symbol in the sky. Oh, did you see that? I just realized that little detail. Ooh. Because Sana had already graduated. Caught the exact frame where it blurs out. It's an incredible detail. Holy crap. One of the interesting questions that you have to ask is, which Ame recorded this? Probably not the first. Probably a few Ames in. Because she's realized what this one is about. She's realized what it's all about. One of them had that realization to everyone who came after me. You've reached this place. You must have reached the end. Do not try to rewind that thing. Yep. Another Kiara. Kali. I think this Ame, she ended the loop. She ended the loop. Or you know what? This is probably from the most recent Ame. Because she probably came to that realization that it's useless. Because there were already previously a lot of Ames sprawled out on that floor. On that movie theater floor. And that's how I learned it wasn't actually burned, because that one is now, the tape is now draping over her finger. I know it's the minutest of details, but just something that I really couldn't take my eye off of. I see. You are me, after all. Talking to the one who recorded that. So instead of rewinding, probably the other Ames attempted to rewind it, and it just created another loop. This Ame is ending the loop. Because you don't rewind a film camera by ripping off the film tape. You manually, rewind it. Oh, the rendition of, the epic rendition of Ame's theme, that piano theme. And this time she's going to let it run its course. There it was. Hope. There. This is the thing that's making me hope, pun intended, that there's a good ending somewhere out there. Might not be here anytime soon. But if Council arrives, Council and Iris, that's it there. Man. She sacrifices her life. Oof. The fluidity of that motion, though. So, at this point, with this part, it seems like it's a time paradox, like another time loop, because, well, okay, this current Ame is now lying dead on the floor with that burnt out film tape on her hand. And you're like, well, how do we know that she reset the timeline? Well, she let it go instead of rewinding it. Well, because, that looks like every other Ame that before her. Wiped out by a single entity. This is the detail that makes me think that she stopped rewinding it. Not just the blast. Not just the blast and, the end of the world as we know it. It's this. When the video player 0. It's back to the minutes and the hours before it. It's gone back to 0. Now it's starting anew. 11, 12, 13, and it's just a blank. It's just a blank now. Whereas before, when Ame arrived, it was here. The number was absurd. See? This was my clue as to my theory that this was a cumulative effort of all the multiple rewinds that they've done. But at the end, this Ame ended it because it went back down to 0. And now there's nothing on that screen. She let it happen. Oh my god. Look at the office. Look at the rendition of her office in 3D. Their pictures, controller, game over. Retry or quit. Retry. Who knows? Maybe we will get a good ending sometime. That teaser of Council and Iris was... Oh. I think that's the... If there was a good ending, that's probably the path that we'll be going down. Oh my god. Well, as you know, lads and lasses, when I do these analysis videos, there's no such thing as a quick video. I did not realize just how much time I spent on this video. So, I'm sorry. But at the same time, not sorry, because I really enjoyed it and I love analyzing and breaking these down, like making all these theories. Whew. That just means that Mazu made a superb animation that all of us are probably going to be talking about this for a while. I really, really love that. It was a fantastic effort from everybody involved, from Mazu, the person who made the sound effects, DaphDafDave, and then the music from Daryl Barnes. Kudos to all of you. Thank you so much for that incredible animation. You guys are amazing. You know, sometimes that's really the big difference that you get from passion projects from people who really care versus corporate cash grabs that are just formulaic and, you know, redone all the time. Difference is night and day. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I did go pretty long in this video. Thank you so much. If you guys made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. I love you guys. And with that, I would say our session is adjourned. If you guys would like to hang out with us more directly, link to the Discord is in the description. Please remember to like and subscribe. And with that, this is SenWarchief signing out. Otsu Sen.